Hi and welcome to So Many Cats Journey Around the World. In the last video we had a great time in Palma, Mallorca with friends in a huge water fight, as you might have seen. Once we said goodbye to them, we picked up Danny and Vicky, who joined us for 3 days sailing around Mallorca to get accustomed to us and to the boat. We ended up at a pagan festival celebrated in Santa Ponsa. The Feste del Rei au Jaune, if I've said that correctly, is a fun-packed fiesta marking the landing of Jean I at Santa Ponsa in 1229 and was the beginning of the reconquest of the island from the Moors. Get it! Well, the next morning we set off for Ibiza. This 57-mile crossing went without a hitch, and we stopped in Portinax.
Between 18 and 19 knots of wind, and we're getting 8.6. Oh yeah, just 8.8 anyway. Well, it's possibly been the quickest crossing we've ever done, because we touched 9.5 knots today, getting from Mallorca to this lovely little island, Ibiza. Ibiza, funnily enough, is actually smaller than Menorca, so it's the smallest of the main reunites. We're just going to go past there, around that little headland, and find ourselves hopefully a nice end. Well, Portinax is where we are,
which is a typically tourist hotspot.
Well, we're in Denia, which is a busy little place, so excuse for the traffic, can't really help that much. Anyway, what did we do? We set off from Mallorca and had a fairly good, if not eventful, sail from Mallorca over to Ibiza, where we stayed one night in a place that online was said to be amongst the nicest like bays in Ibiza, etc, etc. We thought it was a little bit above average, really. Ibiza can't have many good bays to offer if that's the best they can do. Although maybe we missed something. I don't know. We might have missed something. But let's have a look. So we then looked at the charts, the weather charts, and the weather chart's saying that there was a big mistral coming through, and we thought, well, let's set off early, get ahead of it, keep it behind us, keep it out of the way. So although we'd only just got to Ibiza by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we had a quick nip and then set off basically at 2 a.m. looking to get to land. Let's have a look here, what's going on here. Don't know if an accident's gone on here. There's plenty of police about anyway, blocking the road, checking people's cars and all sorts of stuff. God knows. Maybe they're checking for I don't know, people not paying taxes or something. It's a bit of a sting operation going on there in Denia. Might explain all the traffic. So like I said, We set off at 2 in the morning. Now at 2 in the morning, there was no wind at all. First of all, there was no wind at all, and we thought, okay, fair enough, we'll motor for a time being. We didn't expect wind until about 4 a.m. anyway. We just wanted to get ahead and out the way of when the wind did come through. Hopefully we'd be a little bit ahead of it. But it lasted until about 3:30, and then the wind started to come through, and we were like, great. The wind was right behind us. So I put the code 0 out. That's the first thing I put out normally to go downwind, and that seemed to work okay, but it wasn't very strong. We weren't going very quickly. Sorry about the traffic. Yeah, we weren't going that quickly, but we're making progress. Okay, so basically I put the mainsail up. The wind, although it was coming down stronger over towards the east of us, where we were heading, we were on the edge of it, if you like, so I thought we'd be okay. And when I clicked in the middle of the storm, it actually said it was going to be 15 to 20 knots, and I thought, well, on the edge, okay, I'll just bank on 15 and be done with it. But bearing in mind our code 0 only likes to work up to about 20 knots, and after then you're kind of pushing your luck, to be fair. So there we were, with our code 0 up and the mainsail up, making quite good time. And I knew the wind was going to come in a bit stronger because it was slowly edging up, and we were at 17, and I was thinking, do you know what, I'll prep the Genoa, so I can put the Genoa out and put the code 0 in, roll it in behind the Genoa. All seemed like a good idea to me. Oh, what the fuck is going on with this camera now? What are you doing, camera? So, just like the camera, I'm a bit broke because basically, well, what happened? Well, basically I put the code 0 out, and then the Genoa was ready, but almost as soon as I'd set the Genoa up to go out, the wind changed in a matter of seconds. It was crazy how quickly it went from being behind us to being straight on the beam, which is straight on the side of the boat. Anyway, and it increased from its sort of 15, 17 sort of level to 20, 22. I'm like, oh Jesus. So I thought, right, okay, put the Genoa out. So I put the Genoa out, and then I started to roll in the code 0. That rolled in okay, because obviously it was protected and hidden by the Genoa, and therefore it wasn't getting all the wind. It was quite it was on the lee side of the sail, which is then what happened was we pulled the furler in as much as we possibly could to roll the code 0 away, only to then find that we ran out of rope. Now, we've had this a few times. When the code 0 is tightly wound, we end up finding that we end up running out of rope, so we can only really roll the furler in for the code 0 under really quite calm conditions, so that it's not wound so tightly around the pole. Well, there was a little bit, maybe like the last metre or so of the Genoa was still out, and it was causing some problems because it was flapping, and I don't like flapping sails that are just in the wind. They don't last very long like that, so Christ, what should I do? Anyway, we tried unfurling it and refurling it. We did that didn't work. We still ran out of rope. It was marginally better, but still not really good enough. I still wasn't happy with it. And mind you, you need to bear in mind all this is happening in pitch black darkness at sort of 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, so it's not a clever do. We thought, right, the only other option we had, we felt the only other option we had was to simply take it down, you know, just bring the whole sail down onto the deck, tie it up, leave it till the weather's broken and we've got less wind around, and carry on from there. That's what I like about Europe. Always some lovely cafes in the street you can sit and have a coffee at. I'm just on my way at the minute to try and get something from the DIY shop. So anyway, what happened next was pretty horrific, really. So Puck went to the mast to lower the sail down, and as she's lowering the sail down, like an idiot, I did 2 things wrong. First of all, I didn't put any gloves on. Now, as every sailor will tell you, you really should wear gloves when you're pulling the ropes, because it can get whipped out your hand really quickly and it hurts a lot when it does so. So I went up, and the second mistake I made was trying to bring the sail down onto the main part of the deck, bearing in mind that the sail is right out, the Genoa's right out to the left, on the left hand side of the boat, or the port side if you like. So I was trying to bring it down onto the main deck right in front of me. The problem with doing that, of course, is that what you're doing is you're then bringing the sail into the wind. You're bringing it out of the protection of the Genoa and you're bringing it right into the wind. So as I pulled it in, suddenly it caught, whipped it out my hand, burnt all my hand, and as we did that, we flew over quite a big wave and I landed really heavily on my knee.
What Heath didn't tell you was he was knocked out unconscious for a little while, and I was so worried.
So I thought maybe I should put some gloves on this time, so I put some gloves on, went back out and pulled the sail down on the lee side of the Genoa, which obviously was a heck of a lot easier, much easier to manage. We folded it down to the deck and tied it down, and then just absolutely shattered, we just left it there and just thought, well, that'll do. And we sailed then basically like that with the Genoa and mainsail up for the rest of the night. So all in all, it was a pretty horrific night. It was certainly the worst night sailing we've ever had. I ended up with burnt fingers from the rope and really hurt knee. I think Pookie took a picture of it. I might have a look, see if I can share it. So my knee is really swollen right now as I'm walking up to the DIY place. Well, that was a 25-minute walk there and a 25-minute walk back. I hope I haven't bored you to tears. I probably have. But anyway, let's crack on.
I think we would come across very stupid because we don't know what we're doing really. People that watching this, if they are the sailor or anyone that can catch the fish, they probably would think, oh, what an idiot this too.
Yeah.
Don't do things that.
Yeah, don't do things that way. This is not a learning channel. This is not a channel how to do things. This is a channel of how
not to do things.
Yeah. The rest of the journey wasn't too bad. We got to Denia and we got to meet our friend Steve. So Steve showed us around his home and his village where he lived, and was super hospitable and really acted as a temporary post office because we bought a huge amount of things for our boat.
And in the mission, replacing the battery, that was Steve. Right, he start breaking things off now.
Yeah. What else did we do? We also managed to find a local tradesman in Denia. That was very good, who basically not only repaired the ripped sail, but also checked our rigging, which was great.
We rip the Coast Zero, traveling across from Mallorca to Spain mainland. So rip the sail, so now got to check that Coast Zero been repaired, so we got to put it back up again. First.
Look, this is no good. It's possible problem. Other day, the rope.
Yeah, twisted. Yes, the yellow should curve.
See, when you have time, no side, and little open for
qué?
Está seco.
Pero seco.
Don't know what it is with Denia. Well, there we have it. In Denia, the rigging being checked. Ready for when we go across the Atlantic.
Voy.
Vale.
So we're just leaving Denia now, and we're on our way for 2 days. We set off down the coast here to Cartagena, where we've got some more boat repairs to do. Hey, the joys of boating. Anyway, just been overtaken by that great big day boat there. Look, he's on a mission. Very big boat there for this day sailing, taking the tourists out for the day. Very nice. Nice mountains here. It's quite picturesque. Trying to catch a glimpse of some dolphins. They were heading straight for us. They actually looked really big. Maybe they turned off. Gone somewhere else. Shame. Oh well. Can't see any of them anywhere now. That's something you get very often, an airplane on a shipping AIS system, but this particular airplane is an SAR aircraft doing 78 knots apparently, or 81 now. Once we'd finished in Denia, we were only there for a couple of days because we were on a very tight schedule at this point. We then set off, and we had heard that our friends at Joe and Steve and their kids were on holiday in a place called Mar Menor, which is just down the coast. So we decided to meet up with them.
Lifting up.
After Mar Menor, we sailed south again and stopped at Cortina, which is where we've been before when we bought the boat. I'll show you pictures in our episode, I think probably 6 or 7 when we initially bought the boat.
And then finally, after watching these kids dive, we went back to Ascars to get some more work done in preparation for the crossing.
That's a long way down. So here we are back in sunny Cartagena, where it all started when we bought the boat. So we're back here really to get on with some more repairs ready for our crossing. I say repairs, it's not all repairs really, some of it is repairs, but a lot of it really is making the boat just a better thing to sail in really. Just improving it as we go along. You know, if we see something that needs to be done, we just get it done. It's our home at the end of the day, so we want to make it as nice as what we can for ourselves. And if that means putting in flagpoles and putting in wind turbines so we've got enough energy even on a cloudy day, then so be it. That's what we'll just get done. It's just the way it is. Some of it, of course, is repairs. We've had Heston's Sage oven, lasted about 18 months, together with LG's, lasted about 18 months. You know, these are not cheap pieces of equipment, and they just don't last. I don't know why. It's crazy. It's really unfortunate, but it's a lot of money as well when you try and repair them all the time and replace them. So here we are, heading up towards the town and towards the railway station, where we'll get our hire car, because part of what we're trying to do this week is also find a suitably sized freezer so that we've got even more storage space for food for when we do the crossing. Keeping things nice and cool on a boat in a hot climate is almost sort of mandatory really. It's very difficult to go very long without some sort of frozen or fridge. Of course, we've had loads of problems with our fridge this year. We've had it repaired 2 or 3 times, so we might end up getting a new one of them. Meanwhile, Pookie's down here somewhere. I don't even know where. There she is. What are you doing, Puck? What are you up to? Oh, she's trying to get rid of the mould that's in the forepeak, yeah, because we don't use that much. So she's also sorting out all of the cupboards ready for the crossing later this year. We've also had to lift out the fridge. It's a chest fridge, which is unusual. I think it probably used to be a freezer, but the problem is we keep getting problems here with the engine, the compressor part of it. This keeps messing up and failing and turning off and not doing its job properly, so we've got no idea what to do with that yet. We're hoping a guy called Rocker can come and actually have a look, maybe just take the whole thing out and replace the whole thing with new. That might be a good idea, not entirely sure yet. Let's wait and see. But as you can see, the place is a bit of a tip because there's food everywhere, there's pipes everywhere, and yeah, everything everywhere. This was useless. Itty Witty, whatever it's called, Itty Wit. We used it 3 times and it's already got a leak on the seal, on the actual edge where they join it. So, thanks but no thanks. I wouldn't have one of them again. That way it's all busy. New Sikaflex around the bases of the 2 uprights here, and pretty much anywhere it's needed really. So that one's already done. So we've got all sorts of guys on the minute. We've got that guy down there fixing the hole at the back of the boat. We've got this guy here cleaning the side of the boat. We've got the welder welding the boat. We've got another guy Sikaflexing the boat, and we've got another plumber down here sorting out our plumbing. It's all go. So that's sorting out all the black water tanks and also the inline pump for the shower. One of the other many jobs is this little window here, which is basically in the bay of the lounge. It leaks every now and again and drips on your shoulder when you're sat here watching telly or whatever you're doing. So that was annoying. So they've taken it out and they're going to clean it all up, and then hopefully they'll replace it with some new Sikaflex and it'll be perfect. Well, this is day 3, and if I look shattered, it's because I am, because we've been doing all sorts of stuff on the boat. So on this side, as you can see, we've had welded on an arm, the Starlink to go on, and a support there. This doubles as a flagpole. All the stuff's absolutely everywhere here. Another flagpole there, like I say, and this one's got the wind turbine on it. So we hope to get that installed fairly soon. A lot of the work's done. We're just trying to get, our main problem at the moment is getting the cable down the back of this bulkhead and into the boat. As you can see, we've got all the stuff around here, fridge waiting to go in. In here, all the chairs are up. All the battery bank there is being lifted, not lifted out, but sorted out, ready for the wind generator. Just absolute carnage. Stuff absolutely everywhere. Fridge over here, boxes, ovens waiting to go in, all the way through to there. It's quite a mess. I know people say this, and I know I say it everywhere we go, but they always seem to welcome us like this. They obviously heard a bit late we're here, because we're going tomorrow. Yeah, this is the normal reaction we get. I don't know what they're celebrating. I'm sure somebody does. I'm sure it's something to do with us, but you know, could be anything really.